My name is Oshifesolu Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as Formula One Column Africa.
Monza. Right in Monza. So these are the things we'll be talking about today. FP1, tire allocations, FP2, Mercedes signing, the new livery and the drivers with new livery. And also we'll be talking about the cars of Monza. The Mercedes drivers have signed 2 years deal with Mercedes, which is a great one for Mercedes and for Lewis Hamilton, for Mercedes and for Toto Wolff, and also for the Mercedes fans, especially the Lewis Hamilton fans. Hey, oh yeah, I go to church and do Thanksgiving. It's a long time coming, and I know one of the major reasons why it has taken long before this deal went through, and not just dots and things like that, is majorly because they need to know what is up at stake for them, what they are doing next year, and how the team is going to make them champions. You know, for those drivers, it's just more than, yeah, I want to drive. All the 20 drivers on the grid wants to win a championship. So if they are driving a car that's not going to give them that championship, it's just a waste of time for them. That's why it took so long for them to sign. And I believe this signing now, there has been some talks, there has been mutual agreements. For drivers like Lewis, not just the money. Lewis is like a shareholder in Mercedes AMG F1. You know, he will still be with them for a very long time. So it's not just about, yeah, will this work for... No, it's not about the money for him. It's about winning championships. And I hope with this signing, they are going to be able to give him the 8th and possibly 9th championship for him to lead. And it's a great thing for him, especially at his age now and where he is. And also with the competition they are trying to build, because if you win such championship, it will be difficult for any other driver on the track to do so, especially with the new competitions coming in. And will Red Bull be able to keep up to the pace of what they are doing presently? I doubt it, because things are going to change. And I see Ferrari also coming up with a challenge in the nearest future, because they've really been behind. And McLaren too, with their new state-of-art development, and Aston Martin, it shows that these teams are coming up with better chances of winning championships. So it will be difficult for just the Red Bull and the Mercedes to keep winning. So it's a good thing that they are resigning their drivers, and it's going to show that they still have a lot of things to do in F1, and that is a good thing for them. Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes and George Russell signing a new deal till 2025 is a great thing for Formula One. Yeah. So I believe their contract, especially with Lewis, is going to be a very fantastic contract, because if they're not going to give him a championship car, they won't be giving them 2 years. And again, of note, technical regulations are changing in 2025. 2026, there are new type of engines, the type of cars are going to change, because remember, Formula One are already driving toward 2030, that is carbon neutral, which is going to be certain. And I know some of us don't like noise pollution, as we don't like air pollution. For Formula One, they've driven air pollution out is less than 2% now. I know there was a race this year that they were carbon neutral all through, and there are some ways in which you can stop it. Like on the ship, they've not started making electric ships. If they will start making electric ships, we need to look at the physics and the chemistry around that, because where do they charge? Where will we charge? How will it be charged? Can there be turbines on the ship to generate or create energy for them to create megawatts of energy to drive that ship on a long distance, in which we'll start seeing on speedboats, yachts, and others. But that is for the talk. So, but majorly, sustainability in F1 is great. It's moving towards perfection. So I think that's one of the reasons why they signed to 2025, so that by the time the rules are changing, there'll be a new set of contracts that they will be able to tell them, okay, don't go and do like you did in 2022. Don't go and do like that too. Let us be on shooting spree right from the race. Not that will be 2 years back. That is what they would want to really sign up for. And I hope that will be a great thing for them. Now, to tire allocations. There's a different tire allocation which has been used like 4 races ago. It's coming again, which means in Q1 they will be using hard tires. In Q2 they'll be using medium tires, and in Q3 soft tires. These are mandatory tires, to not just for sustainability, also to see how they can make the qualifying more tougher and a little bit interesting. Now, some cars will work better on the different tires, while some cars will not work better on the different tires. Some cars light up their tires faster, while some cars, it takes them time to bring the right heat into their tires, and when the heat comes into the tires, they work well, while some, immediately they light the tires up with heat, the tires just start degrading. So now it gives the drivers, the teams, much of a work to do to get their cars working and to get themselves in the right window and the right position to make sure they get the best out in whatever they do. Now to the FP1. So FP1, Like I've always said, FP1 is sampling, seeing what you have, what you can do, and possibly what is next. So, what did I see in FP1? Let me be sincere with you. I see that the Mercedes, the Ferrari, Aston Martin, and the Red Bull are going to be competitive. And like I said, it's not going to be like a one-horse race like it has always been, but it's going to be very, very competitive. The Williams too will not be left behind, though they are majorly now the rest of the pack. That's for the Williams, Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri, as they are still in that league. They are not in the league of the Babas, But from what we're seeing, it's going to be competitive. Though Max Verstappen still leading, but because of the new tire regulations that is coming this week, a lot of the drivers are using hard tires. Apart from them using hard tires, they are going to be testing hard tires, doing long runs on high fuel and low fuel, setups for the race. But in FP2, FP3, we now start seeing the speeds in which they are going to be on. But the Mercedes look very good on straight line. They look competitive on straight line. Their race pace is very, very good. Very, very competitive. I can tell you that race pace of the Mercedes was as competitive as it was in Netherlands. Because Lewis, in Netherlands, as in Holland, the Dutch Grand Prix, Lewis was matching the time of Max Verstappen in front. He was matching that time, and sometimes he was even getting ahead of that time. So it's going to be very, very competitive this race weekend. But like I said, it would be a Ferrari pole position for those of you that gambles. We will see much in FP2. Much is coming in FP2. Now going to the course of Monza. In the past 4-5 years, we've seen that anybody that wins the race in Monza, Italy, a year before will not win it the next year. It's either they crash out or something happens. And that we have seen in the past few years. Max Verstappen won last year. Are we going to see him out? Which swing betting and swing racing in a different angle for Monza this time? Now, will Max Verstappen crash out? I don't know. We can't say for now, but let's see what happens in FP2, FP3, and in qualifying. But if it has been for some years, can that course be broken? We don't know yet, but it's going to be a very informative and very different racing this weekend, and it's going to be very interesting. But there's a course in Monza. Any driver that wins a year before will crash out. You can see that with Pierre Gasly. We can see that with Daniel Ricciardo. You can see that with other drivers that have done that. So we'll be moving to FP2, and it's a different story entirely. As Lance Stroll, Omo Babalo, crashed out. Not that he hit the wall or anything. No. He didn't hit the wall. 2 minutes into the FP2, his fuel system disappointed him. We even thought it was an hydraulic issue. Maybe the transmission is not shifting, but it was a fuel system. The car is starting very well, working, but could not distribute fuel. The way those cars are, the way they distribute, maybe it could be the primary fuel pump in the engine. Maybe it has lost its power, so it's not churning enough fuel into the engine. So it was out 2 minutes, caused the red flag that took about 6 minutes. Session went on. I can now see the Ferrari. Like I told you, the Ferraris will not disappoint. It's their home race, except they want their Maranello factory to get burnt. Their fans want Igba. They will cause chaos. So immediately the Ferrari turned up their power and they kept on churning some beautiful times, and like that, and they were pushing the time up, pushing it to the best level, and they came up better in the second part of the FP2, and they were ahead with Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Later, Lando Norris and Sergio Perez were able to dip their car into the P2. The Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso didn't do bad. Most of them ran on soft tires, but the Mercedes did most of their simulations on medium tires, with Lewis Hamilton suffering pace to his teammates, and I'm sure they will do that overnight. They will work on whatever they are doing overnight. Lewis Hamilton also impeded Oscar Piastri in the first part of the FP2, but it got interesting to see how Ferrari can push up and what will happen on Sunday. The Verstappen of 9 races will still come back to hunt them tomorrow, but how will it be? The FP3 will give us the right phase because they did a lot of simulation runs also. The Mercedes did their simulation run on medium tires to see how the medium tires would perform during the race, because the medium tires for this year are more like the soft tires sometimes in their behavior, in their characteristics. So they try to look at that, and Mercedes are gentle on their tires. They don't bring them up to pace as early as others, but they are so gentle on it. Their tires last longer and they deliver. So how will they do during the race? P3, maybe they will do a lot of soft tire runs, and that can give us the true pace of what will happen. But on one lap pace, the Ferrari are very fast on one lap pace, but their race pace is not really showing. It's not really there. Although there was a point in time in which Charles Leclerc had issues with his car. They had to lift it up and made some changes around it. We are hoping to see something much more better in qualifying. The Red Bull will challenge them in qualifying. They will really challenge them. The Williams too are playing safe that they are in the game, but when the going gets tough, we'll see where they would be. And also, one of the things I want them is slipstream. A lot of them were waiting for slipstream. Slipstream at the end of the day will not be relevant, because if they wait for slipstream, it will affect their pace. And we can see that people that will not wait for slipstream are majorly the Red Bulls, because they have the pace. There was a point in the practice one that Checo was asking for slipstream for them to test the slipstream, but I'm not sure it will work for them because they have the pace already. They have the car, they have the pace. Like Ferrari, I think they have the pace. Mercedes have the pace. They've not really optimized their pace. And McLaren too. It will be a very good test tomorrow and a very good turnout race to see how they will perform tomorrow. But towards the end of the FP2, Sergio Perez again. Checo, can't they just try and protect you? Can't they try and protect you? He got some part of the big bunch of the sidelines and ran his car into the wall to bring the last red flag of the qualifying. That's the second and the last red flag, and that was the end of qualifying. There was nothing much after that. The cars just came out, did their VSC test and also their restart test and their race pace. That was it. But we know FP3 tomorrow will be better and we will see the true race result. Like I said, qualifying Ferrari. Remember, there's a course of Monza. Will Red Bull be winning their 13th race of the season? Straight race. They've not lost any race. And also the 10th consecutive race for Max Verstappen. I doubt it because there's a course on Monza. Maybe we have to pray for them. Up until then, FP3 qualifying video will be out. Thank you. We love you. Subscribe, like, share, comment. I love you. Bye. Cheers.
Gibor gives you power. Gibor gives you control. Gibor gives you benefits. Are you an individual or business that uses fuel or gas? Use Gibor to find the best prices across all retail outlets in your city. For users and businesses that buy volumes, Gibor gives you access to credit. Gibor also gives you the ability to track your costs and monitor expenses per car or fleet. Need to improve your costs, enjoy incentives, or track expense? Gibor is the answer. Enjoy 5% discount on your first 5 purchases when you get your next fuel voucher from Gibor. Log on to www.gibor.co to enjoy this. Retail outlets wanted nationwide.
We have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria here, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the highland and they are moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland, fiber, I think they get sorted out. We talk much about them in the course of some of our videos, but contact them, they get sorted out. If you're a builder, if you're an art collector, if you have a showroom, Rated is the best place to get the artworks you need for your new buildings, for your art collections, for your showroom, for your exhibition. Rated Art have one of the best murals, mosaic works, and different art patterns in Nigeria presently. And it's somebody that you can communicate with, talks to you, you tell him what you want, and he will bring the reality out for you. Contact Rated Art. His number is right up here, and you can also go on social media links that are pasted right up here. So check out some of his works. Thank you. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your shop plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.